Hello, I'm the Media Wiz, because one art form wasn't enough. Today we're going to be looking at something we've talked about a couple times before on this show, comedy music. When done right, comedy music can be very entertaining. I personally still enjoy Tenacious D, because they're a loving homage to their favorite rock acts that inspired them, Rucka Rucka Ali for being open and equal opportunity towards everybody with his offensive humor, and Weird Al because, well, it's Weird Al. It's like The Simpsons said, those tired of Weird Al are tired of living. But when done poorly, you get something clearly made for a niche style of humor like Tom Green's The Bum Bum Song, annoying crap like the Fred Figglehorn Christmas album, or awkward and just plain dumb like Bow Chicka Wow Wow by Mike Posner. Even a song I necessarily didn't hate, like Carry Out by Justin Timberlake and Timbaland, was guilty of this, with its clumsy fast food themed pickup lines. Bring this up because today's artist is a comedy rapper who really wants to be a mainstream artist, that being Lil Dicky. Getting his start in Philadelphia with a marketing job, Lil Dicky soon blew up with his comedy rap songs, with a major reoccurring self-deprecating joke being that he has a small dick. It's even in his stage name. But a major component of his success had to be that he was able to get such big-name guest artists. I mean, this guy went from being a nobody to pretty well-known, considering he was able to get Snoop Dogg, Rich Homie Quan, and Brandon Urie of Panic at the Disco on some of his tracks. Some might compare this to when Lonely Island was able to get big stars to do guest verses on their songs. However, I think a better comparison is whenever Adam Sandler gets big-name celebrities to do cameos in his movies. It's more embarrassing than entertaining. As for any big hit songs he had before the one we're looking at today, it had to be Freaky Friday, featuring a totally not controversial figure in the music industry, Chris Brown. It was a dumb comedy song about these two switching bodies with an admittedly kinda catchy beat by DJ Mustard, not to mention the guest spots at the end with Ed Sheeran, DJ Khaled, and Kendall Jenner for some reason. While that song wasn't good, it at least did rounds on the Billboard charts. The song that we're looking at today didn't even crack the top 50. Yeah, it's that bad. You better believe Dicky wanted this to be a hit. He went on talk show after talk show, interview after interview, doing global warming PSA after global warming PSA, just to let you know this was going to be his next big song, featuring basically every musician currently out there and made to promote environmental awareness. And it all came crashing down. Various music critics said it was not just one of the worst songs of last year, but one of the worst songs of the last decade. All that out of the way, let's actually look at the song itself. This is Earth by Lil Dicky. Instead of looking at the beat first, let's look at the music video itself. The music video begins with Dicky riding on a skateboard as he comes across a bunch of kids bullying another kid, all the while showing that they, in fact, do not give a hoot when it comes to pollution.
Trash can! Pick it up, dork!
What did you just say?
I said pick it up, dork!
What?
Hey, are you Lil Dicky? Yo, Lil Dicky, my brother thinks you suck!
Okay, your brother probably sucks. Look at how you turned out. You're a rat.
So, is the joke supposed to be that some famous musician like him is fighting with kids? Because most self-respecting rappers, comedy rappers included, don't argue with kids. As the asshole bully kids then follow Dicky to berate him, the kid who is being picked on discovers a book in the pile of litter, and opens it up. And then we see the CG landscape that makes up the music video, including a cartoon Dicky and various talking animals. Now, without a doubt, it's one of the most well-produced music videos I've ever looked at for the show, in terms of its visuals. The animation looks really good. The animated animals, locations, character models, and camera movements are all really well done. So kudos to the animators who had to break their backs for this. The live-action prelude, on the other hand, that's a whole other story. Let's talk about the beat. It's okay, I guess. It's also well produced on a technical level. It's not the most annoying thing in the world, at least not to me, but that said, it's still not my thing. I haven't heard that many of these earthly save the rainforest type of songs from the 90s that the beat is clearly modeled after, and as for the ones I've heard, I never really thought they were that good. Not necessarily awful, it's just not my cup of tea. So out of necessity, the beat here is also not really my thing either. Now we can move on to the lyrics, which is where the song's problems really start to come into the forefront. You see, since this is still from a comedy rapper, this song, supposedly about raising awareness to the environment, is really just one big series of cartoon animals voiced by celebrities saying raunchy double entendres. Now, instead of doing what I usually do, where we let the song play through in its entirety and then, as we go, break down each lyric as it comes, let's instead take each lyric and put them into separate categories of overused tropes that this song loves to use. 1. Animals saying crude things.
I'm a baboon, I'm like a man, just less advanced, and my anus is huge.
I'm a lion cub. I'm always getting licked.
I'm a cow. You drink milk from my tits. I'm a disgruntled skunk, shoot you out my butthole.
2. Bad puns.
They're just some rhinos, funny as heck.
I'm an elephant, I got junk in my trunk.
Squirrel looking for my next nut.
3. Animals says exactly what they are or makes some kind of minor observation.
I'm a zebra. No one knows what I do, but I look pretty cool in my white or black.
I'm a fat fucking pig.
I'm a common fungus.
I'm a marijuana plant. I can get you fucked up.
We are the vultures, feed on the dead.
I'm just a giraffe once with a snake.
Hippity hop, I'm a kangaroo. How about there, up and down with you?
What the fuck? I'm a clown.
I'm a wolf. I'm a pony, just a freak horse. But,
I'm a koala and I sleep all the time, so what? It's cute. HPV.
Oh yeah, one of the most beautiful things to ever grace the earth. Sexually transmitted diseases. And a possible 4, what I can only guess is their attempt at doing subtle self-deprecation. Like, I guess it's kind of funny that they have vultures all voiced by Adam Levine as some kind of commentary on the state of Maroon 5 basically being nothing but the Adam Levine power hour now. And I guess it's supposed to be funny that you're having a monkey voiced by Justin Bieber saying the word anus. But let's face it, even from someone who never cared about JB like me, I will admit he's still open to making fun of himself. I mean, he went on a cop show and played a character who got repeatedly shot multiple times, and even did the same thing in a cameo for Zoolander 2. So Justin Bieber doing something like this for the sake of comedy isn't anything much. Even from the guy who was upset that his terrible Yummy song wasn't even that big of a hit. And I also guess it's supposed to be funny that Ariana Grande, someone whose race is always being brought up as a zebra, questioning if she's white or black is supposed to be funny. But again, knowing how much Lil Dicky loves to be nice to his celeb guest star friends, it feels more like accidental than intentional. Although I will say this, having Kevin Hart as Kanye West just because they couldn't get the real Kanye West to come in and say this line,
And I'm Kanye West.
is probably the closest thing to funny this song ever comes to. Then halfway through, the song switches gears to glorify human cultures all around the world.
we love you, India.
We love you, Africa.
We love you, China.
We forgive you, Germany.
I'm not even touching that one with a 10-foot pole. You know, if the song was about this, I probably would like it more. Making a comedic yet still relatively informative song about the cultures around the world and talking about some of the great things that we've accomplished as a human species while still addressing the things we could do to make the planet a better place. Maybe you could have actually gone down the evolution of the human species as well. I mean, hell, that's what Rucka Rucka Ali did when he parodied this song. Alright, so now we're coming up to the song's bridge, where Dicky actually takes center stage. Alright, come on, Dicky. Tell us why we should care about the Earth. Come on, let's hear it.
I've trudged the earth for so damn long and still don't know shit. Give each other names like Ahmed and Pedro. And yeah, we like to wear clothes. Girls still look beautiful and it covers up our human dick. Eat a lot of tuna fish.
Yeah, alright, okay. I think it's fair to say Lil Dicky had nothing important to add to this. It's like a kid trying to BS his way through a book report on a book he didn't even read. I mean, of all the great things that the human race has accomplished over the years, you still feel the need to mention dicks?
Don't you let it come when you have sex? And I heard women orgasms are better than a dick's. So
Oh wait, no, is that supposed to be the joke? That he's some kind of frat boy-like dummy who can't help but mention sex every other line? To end off this whole cluster of cameos, we end with a cameo with a celebrity who actually has his own environmental charity, Leonardo freaking DiCaprio.
guys, everybody looking at whatever the fuck Leonardo DiCaprio is always pushing, because I feel like that guy knows more about the earth and how we're fucking it up than anybody. Any words, Leo?
This might be my favorite song ever. It's awesome.
I don't know about you, but I personally think he deserves another Oscar after saying that, because that has to be acting. So, that was Earth by Lil Dicky featuring everyone, and I genuinely hate this song. I mean, take away the beat and the overusage of guest stars, I felt like this song just couldn't decide what it was trying to be. Is it supposed to be a parody of musician charity songs like We Are the World? Is it supposed to be a serious song with a legit message that just so happened to be made by a comedy rapper who nonstop jokes about his dick size and just so happened to stronghold a bunch of big name musicians to do featured parts? I didn't know what to think of the tone until I saw an interview where Dicky admitted the genesis to this song. The original concept was just simply getting celebrities to come in and do cute animal voices saying raunchy things. Then it all of a sudden hit me. The whole global warming message just comes off as one big front so that you can get a bunch of guest stars in to do voices for cute cartoons and have them say crude things. Good job, Dicky. You basically made the song equivalent of Sausage Party. And I'm one of the few people that actually kind of likes Sausage Party. Wait, no, I got it. An overhyped crap fest filled with a bunch of celebrities embarrassing themselves with unfunny comedy. This is the movie 43 of music. Yeah, remember that bomb of a movie that had a bunch of big-name stars come in and do embarrassingly lowbrow, unfunny comedy all throughout? The critics ripped it apart, saying it was one of the worst movies ever made. This is just like that, but with music. The only difference that I can think of is this. Movie 43, as terrible as it was, never claimed to be about some kind of big issue. Unlike this song, which tries to make itself look like it's actually about something important with its whole global warming message. Dude, Awesome Possum for the Sega Genesis has a better environmental message, and that game sucked. Screw this song, man. This song sucks. I think the best clip to summarize my thoughts on this song has to be, once again, Rucka Rucka Ali's parody of this song.
Needle dick! Fuck your song and fuck you!
Is this one of the worst songs I've ever reviewed? I would personally say yes. Is it the worst? You know what? Next time. Next episode, we're going to be breaking down all the songs I've reviewed throughout the years, and we're going to pick out which one is the worst. Because trust me, this one could quite possibly be a contender for the worst song I've ever reviewed. Until then, I'm the Media Wiz, because one art form wasn't enough. Screw you, Lil Dicky!
Chum bucket, sludge bucket, highway fly away. Lily liver, pizza giver, mashed potato, kelp tomato. All we are trying to say is give jellyfish fields a chance. Ketchup bottle, net and guggle, toll booth, rotten tooth, freeway plan, toast and jam, mermaid man, garbage can, citrus fruit, combat boot.
He took his hedgehog fucking quilly dick out and he pissed on my fucking wife and he said his dick was this big. And I said, that's disgusting.